played in France, and I don't speak French. And
Neither do I.
And I had one of my assistant coaches in France. He had just finished playing over there. He was from Chicago, and he settled in this city called Gravelines. So he was my assistant coach. He spoke fluent Spanish, French, and that's how I kind of picked it up. But the story is that he was married, had a wife, 3 little boys. And his little boys were basketball fanatics. They came to all the practices, came to the games, and the father, his name was Tony Parker.
Well,
His son, little Tony Parker, played in Paris, and then he went on and came straight to the NBA, had a successful year. Little things like that.
Yeah.
If I see Tony Parker right now today, he would look at me and say, I know you from somewhere. Because the last time I saw him, he was probably like 12 years old at that time. But I can go on and mention certain players in certain countries who had kids that playing in the NBA now.
Yeah.
So it's very gratifying just to know that.
Well, you said you had a lot of friends that you know outside of the NBA, a lot of friends that you know in the NBA. And I have to ask, what is the relationship to the man sitting to your left?
The man that's sitting to my left, Paul Mokeski. See, he's 2 years my senior.
Oh.
So I was just a young boy watching him in high school.
Oh.
But he was in the San Fernando Valley and I was in the city. And I had just started really playing basketball at 15.
Yeah.
And I knew all the stars in the city. And I heard of Paul Mokeski, but I didn't really watch him play. There's the LA Times and all these sports articles, newspapers, and you always see Paul Mokeski, David Greenwood, Roy Hamilton, Marcus Johnson, all these
Was
names.
Reggie Theus in that one
Reggie
too?
Theus, Reggie Theus was in there.
Yep.
And, you follow these guys, even though you don't get a chance to watch them play, but you follow your peers. And you follow them in college, so I had the chance to follow him at Kansas. And when he probably looked back at the younger guys, he knew me when I was at Arizona State with Alton Lister, Byron Scott, Fat Lever, Kurt Nymphius, which all of us went on and played in the NBA.
Yeah.
So, we get a chance to see our peers from high school all the way up until retirement.
Yeah.
An old man stage where we can barely walk.
We kind of have the same story because you brought up that you kind of wanted to go away from home and not play at USC and UCLA. I was on that path too, but I was a UCLA John Wooden guy, Bill Walton, Kareem, the bigs, and everybody in California. Well, you're going to UCLA, obviously. And I wanted to get away. And it just so happened it was John Wooden's last year. He had retired. And so I signed with Kansas and went to Kansas and played for 4 years and then was drafted in the NBA. But till this day, I think if John Wooden would have came in my living room and offered me a scholarship, I probably would have signed that because of the way UCLA was.
Yeah, how are you going to not sign that? I mean, he had already retired by the time I came out of Westchester. And, you either go to USC or you go to UCLA. If you're a football player,
you go to USC.
You go to USC.
Yeah.
Basketball player,
You
UCLA.
want to be playing for
Because
Williams.
if you look at that signing for UCLA my senior year was Brad Holland, David Greenwood, Roy Hamilton. They all signed at UCLA all together. Those are the best players in that area.